Good morning and welcome. I'm Susie Berglund Santo, the President and CEO of Go Wichita Convention and Visitors Bureau. The format today will be, I'll start out with a few comments and then I'll introduce the Vice Mayor, Janet Miller, Bob Hanson, the President and CEO of the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission, and then Marcy Williams. Then I'll come back up to the podium for a few closing remarks and then open it up for questions. Before we get started, I'd like to point out a few people that are here today. Thank you so much for being here. We have Councilmember Levonta Williams, Councilmember James Clendenin, Councilmember Jeff Longwell, and City Commissioner Tim Norton. Thank you so much for being here. And from the Go Wichita Convention and Visitors Bureau, we have a lot of members and board members, and thank you so much for taking the time and joining us today. And we also have our chairman of the board, Greg Clinda. And from the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission, we have their chairman of the board, Marlon King. Again, thank you all for being here. This is an exciting day. We are thrilled to announce that the United States Bowling Congress has chosen Wichita to host the 2019 USBC Women's Championships. Woo! And 2019 is an excellent year to be hosting it because it is very important to the USBC. It is their 100th anniversary. And during this 3-month event, over 30,000 bowlers from across the U.S. and their families will come to Wichita. They will have a great time bowling in our centers, visiting our attractions, dining in our restaurants and staying in our hotels, and frequenting our retail establishments. And we will roll out the red carpet and welcome them to this incredible community and showcase all the wonderful things that Wichita has to offer. This event will bring in an estimated $14 million in economic impact to our community. $14 million over a 3-month period. Again, we are thrilled and we are honored that the USBC has chosen Wichita to host this prestigious event. And with that, I'd like to invite Vice Mayor to the podium.
Well, congratulations, Susie, and to everyone else that partnered on this bid. It's a very exciting day for Wichita, and it's so wonderful to be here as a part of the celebration. Winning this bid certainly was a joint effort by the City of Wichita, Go Wichita, the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission, and the Great Plains USBC Association. This event is a really wonderful opportunity for us as a community to share our great city with people from across the country. I know that Wichitans will undoubtedly greet our visitors with Midwestern hospitality and be very glad to showcase our city during that 3-month period. Although not everyone in here is a bowler, Wichita is a bowling community. There are many here that will attest to that. Our citizens come out and support bowling activities, and certainly they will this tournament championship. We are proud to host the USBC not only in 2019, but as Susie said, that will be their 100th tournament, which is a really exciting time to be the host. Our mayor, Carl Brewer, was very pleased to be a part of the delegation that went and shared with the selection committee all that Wichita has to offer, and he sends his greetings and regrets that he's not able to be here this morning. He had a previously scheduled trip out of town. So anyway, he's sorry to miss it, but he was very glad to be invited to participate in the bid process, and we know that Wichita will do a great job hosting this event. We've heard from a number of the bowlers who came in 2004 who said they actually probably would have stayed longer in Wichita if they had known ahead of time what all there was to see and do here. And so I know that this time around we've learned that that's something we want to beef up our efforts on, and how to encourage people to see what all there is to do and here to see in Wichita. And as a matter of fact, that's almost, by that point, that'll be 15 years. So there'll be, since they were here last, there'll be a lot more to do this time around. So our bid stressed Wichita's central location, that it makes it attractive for both people to come from the coasts. We also reminded the selection committee how Wichita has welcomed bowlers each time the USBC event was held in Wichita, whether it was the Men's Open back in 1989 or the Women's Championship in 2004, or the 4 intercollegiate team championships that have been held here in Wichita. So thank you very much for coming out today, and congratulations again. It's wonderful to see this and being able to announce this event. And now I'd like to invite Bob Hansen, President of the Greater Wichita Sports Commission, to say a few words.
Thank you, Janet. Hey, is this a coup for Susie? Wowee. She's even got me babysitting her daughter, if you can believe that. I spent all day afternoon yesterday babysitting Sophia. So thank you, Janet. It gives me great pleasure to be here and be a partner to host the 100th annual USBC Women's Championship. Bowlers from 2004 tournament tell us this has been a great place. They can't wait to come back. We heard many testimonies. We actually read testimonies about they couldn't wait to come. They were coming if it was going to be in Wichita. We're very excited about that. It will be at North Rock Lanes and Thunderbird Bowl. And Joel Muma, you're here. I'd like to say congratulations to Thunderbird. And I've talked to Frank and Kathy DeSocio. They also had a conflict and couldn't be here today, but Frank and Kathy DeSocio from North Rock Lanes and Joma Bowling, they're very excited to be able to host it at North Rock Lanes again this year, and they've been great partners with us through the years. So thank you, Joel, and all the people who worked on this. It's been a great partnership. We had several people working on it. Rachel Yanish, she did an unbelievable job of bringing this all together with the help of many people from USBC, or from the Go Wichita staff, the Sports Commission, the city, many people. We worked many hours with USBC, and they were very cooperative with that too. We've heard of many women that can't wait to come back. They're making their schedules and things like that. It's been a great time, and with all the bowlers that we work with, we've developed many friendships. I've developed a great friendship with one of the bowlers, and before I introduce her, I'd just like to say thank you to my staff and to our board of directors and Marlon for all the support we get that makes it possible for us to do some of the things that we do. And now I'd like to introduce a very good friend. She's a long-time bowler. A long-time bowler, but a very good friend, and she was very instrumental in the help that gave us the support and everything. Marcy Williams.
Thank you. Wow, I've had introductions before. That may top them all. Okay, I'll try to do this well for all my friends. Good afternoon. On behalf of Great Plains USBC, I am happy to add my excitement that Wichita will host the 100th Women's Championship Tournament in 2019. The bowlers who came here in 2004 talked a lot about finding and being surprised by the amazing city that we are, and they had plenty of opportunities to shop and just play tourist. The selection committee, of course, is aware of Wichita as a bowling community. They know our bowling heritage and the great players that we have produced, and there's honestly too many to mention. Wichita has a tradition of making champions. Wichita State University, if you combine their men and women's teams, they have won 19 national team titles. Yes, it is phenomenal. We take it for granted, actually. And Newman University, they're up and coming in the sport as well. That means the selection committee knows our passion for the sport. We reminded the selection committee that Great Plains USBC has 5,500 members who we will draw upon for the large number of volunteers that it will take to conduct a tournament of this size. Those same members will also be perfect hosts. I know that there are bowlers from across the country who will come here to renew acquaintances and to make new friends. That is the joy of this tournament. We have our amazing proprietors here. It was our bowling proprietors who worked with the Wichita Public Schools to create a high school bowling program that served as a model across the state of Kansas. It truly is only logical that we should host the 100th USBC Women's Championship. Now, that was my script. I'm going to add a little bit of my own. I just want to say that I wasn't surprised that Wichita was rewarded a tournament. Our financial package dictated that we should, and a lot of it is a financial decision. But to be honest, I thought we would get the 2017 tournament. We bid on both. I never dreamt that we would get the 2019. Whoops. To a bowler like me, it is amazing that my hometown is going to host the 100th anniversary tournament. For the record, I think it is so huge that I think the financial predictions that I have heard are understated. In the bowling world and for women, this is huge. Women who have bowled this tournament forever will come back. They will bring new bowlers. And on top of that, to have done such a fantastic job in 2004, I think it will be bigger than any of us can possibly imagine. We got the tournament for a couple of reasons. The financial package was very good. But as importantly, the presentations that we gave with Go Wichita and the Sports Commission and the mayor, I have heard, I'm on the National Board of Directors for USBC, I have heard were absolutely, positively heads above anybody else's. The selection committee told me that we addressed their questions so quickly or so well they didn't even have to ask them. They were also so impressed with how well our city, our sports commission, and our visitors convention bureau worked together. So my personal thanks and kudos to all of you. Like I said, as a bowler, this is huge, and I am so grateful, and I think we should be so proud that they entrusted this particular tournament to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor and Bob and Marcy, your passion for the sport. I just want to emphasize again, this was a collaborative team effort. And from the bid presentation, it was not only the city, the Sports Commission, and Go Wichita Convention and Visitors Bureau, but it was the bowling community. And I do want to thank Joel again and introduce as well with Donna Stark, who is the president of the USBC Great Plains Bowling Association. Thank you both for being here today. And I tell you what, I think, Marcy, your comments were just beautiful. And the passion. And that is what really, I think, put us over the edge as a city, is we came together as a community and showed the passion that we had for bowling. And together, I think we can be very proud that we were bringing the 100th USBC Women's Championship here to Wichita in 2019. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. If we have a couple of questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Is it accurate to say that you were going after the 20, and maybe Marcy can, or whoever is more appropriate, you were going after the 2017 event, but you were awarded the 2019 event, or were you going after both, or how did that happen?
Actually, the USBC, they'll be releasing a press release this morning as well, and they've looked at many years when they were looking at their slate. We had the option of looking at 17 and 19, and we wanted that 100th, but that is such a prestigious year to get. We were open that we talked to them about 17 or 19, so we were thrilled that we were honored with getting the 2019 100th anniversary.
How long have you been working on this presentation and this package?
Well, you know, first I want to say it's an ongoing relationship, and Rachel Giannis is here from the sales team, and Maureen Hofferding, but Rachel really has nurtured this relationship for a long time. I mean, they were here in 2004, and it's been an ongoing relationship. But this has been about a 6-month process between conversations. They do site inspections where they came, and the bowling community, and again, a lot of the folks in this room, we all met. We showcased Wichita, and then a group of, I think, 7 of us, delegation, went to Arlington and then presented. So it is about a 6-month process, but a long time before that in building that relationship.
What other cities were in contention?
You know, I don't have an official word. We've heard different cities, so I wouldn't want to comment on that. The USBC would know. But there's many stages in the process. There's some that put their name out early on and don't get a site inspection. and then maybe get a site inspection, but don't come in and get the opportunity to bid. So there's many cities across the U.S. that were interested.
You mentioned the financial package was a key point. What was included in that financial package?
Well, I typically won't get into that because that is something that USBC, and again, we are in a competitive situation where we look at other cities when we're doing that. But I will say that my conversations with the USBC, while that is a nice package, what tipped us over the edge, if you will, was the community. And when they came for the site inspection, they really talked about how the Sports Commission and the Convention Bureau, we're right here in one office, and how Bob and I talk every day. And they liked that relationship. And then you add the heritage of the bowling community on top of it, and there's no other city that could compete. So really what made us most attractive, and these are conversations I've had after the fact, is that they look at this as a partnership. We will start working with them, and probably organize an LOC at 2017 and be working on it. And then we've got to have a really good working relationship with it, and that is what stood out.
That was before I started babysitting.
And then I got him to babysit. Bob. He's a great babysitter.
This is the same event, just a different name as 2004, right? 2004 was the Women's International Bowling Conference.
WIBC, and then they merged. So yes, it is. And we had such huge successes, again, hosting at the two centers, that it really made sense to come back. Because, again, and Marcy was instrumental in talking to a lot of the women bowlers. They loved it. They had a great time. So it is.
How long does each bowler typically stay when they come for that tournament?
It's anywhere from about 4 nights, typically 3 to 4 nights. And they bowl a couple days. They have time to get out and enjoy the city.
What other impact for Southwest Airlines?
Yeah, oh, great point, Bob. I wanted to mention that. The bowlers love, and I've learned so much about bowling, and my team at Go Wichita, I've committed that we're going to put together a team and we're going to bowl in 2019. We got a lot of time to practice, but the bowlers love Southwest, and that was a real coup too, that we're starting Southwest service in June. It's very bowler friendly, if you will, and they're familiar with it where they've hosted other events. With that, I'd like to again say thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate it.